Hello YouTube, this is Kranos43 with another Out of the Box. And I can't believe that I'm doing another Out of the Box so soon. I wasn't expecting to, but this came out! If you know how to play Duel Masters, you know how to play this. If you don't know how to play Duel Masters, this is really easy to learn. This is Kaijudo, Rise of the Duel Masters. This is the two-player starter set because they haven't released anything else for it quite yet. But this shows you how to play. And it's a pain in the butt to open. Once you get through the hard cardboard shell, it's a little easier. But what's really cool is that it comes with two decks. And each deck comes in a really cool, hard box. Which is also a pain in the butt to open. Thankfully, I have scissors. Now, Kaijudo is the newest creation by Wizards of the Coast. I'm assuming they've decided that they wanted to bring back Duel Masters because it sold really well. They just, for some reason, discontinued it. Hopefully they bring back Hikatum then. I at least played Hikatum. And 12 sets were released in the United States, and about 40 were released in Japan. And I think the game's still going in Japan. Don't quote me on it. Try to get this thing open. There we go. Now, I'm pondering. I'm probably going to show you. I'm not going to show you the decks today. I might make a video in the future about it, but for the time being, I just wanted to show. I'll show the decks. What the heck? Now, if you haven't played Kaijudo, one of the big things is that, just like in the World of Warcraft trading card game, any card can be used as mana. The difference is that if you have a card like this, he costs 7. He costs 6. I can't read apparently. You only need 1 mana of his element to be able to play him. Now, each of the decks, or each of these little boxes, comes with a playmat. It has on it the location of your shields, your discard pile, your deck, and the turn order right here. And on the back, it has a size comparison of your character, assuming you were like a 12-year-old kid, and some of the iconic monsters of the game. They did the same thing with Pokemon too, with the Pokedex. The basic idea of the game is you have 5 shields. You cast creatures who in turn attack the shields. And those creatures, and you win the game when you destroy all 5 of your opponent's shields and then attack him. Self-explanatory, yes. Self-explanatory, yes. You also get whoops. Well, you get the deck naturally. The foil cards on the front, by the way, are part of each deck. One goes in each deck. You also get a 40 card. You also get 39 more cards right here. And a code card for Kaijudo.com. There's an online game. You put the code in that's on the other side, and it'll unlock another card to use online. In at least one of the decks, and maybe both, comes with quick start rules. But the coolest thing of all is these deck boxes. The deck boxes open and close magnetically, kind of like the From the Vaults for Magic the Gathering. Nope, just the one deck comes with a quick start guide. Now, one of the neat things with this game, too, by the way, is when you attack, your opponent cannot block unless he has a creature with the ability to block, which makes it a little unique in that unless your opponent has a blocker, you go through. But there's an ability called blocker, which means, you know, he can block. So I'm going to show you the cards. Now, I'm going to ask you this. If you're going to comment and you've played Duel Masters before, please do not compare these cards to the Duel Masters cards. We have demo decks of these at the friendly local game store, and somebody's already comparing the cards there, or the cards in the old game, to the new game and how they've changed. And I keep trying to tell him, don't do that, it's a new game. And he's like, I can't help it. You can help it. Please don't do it. I'm going to show you the Darkness Water deck first. By the way, there's one element that is not represented here, but there are boosters coming out in a month or two. And then, you know, you'll see that element too, because I do plan on getting boosters. Razorkinder. He has an ability where when he enters play, you get to destroy an untapped enemy creature. And he's got a 4,000 power, so he is the he is the quote-unquote promo card of this deck, but he's also part of the deck. King Nautilus. When he attacks, you get to draw 2 cards, and he's got a 5,000 power. Power only matters if you are either attacking an opposing creature. You can only attack opposing creatures when they're tapped, or when you're blocking. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Aqua Seneschal. You draw a card when you draw a card when he attacks. Frogzuka. That is one angry frog. See, now he has the ability called Blocker, so you may tap him to attack an enemy, or to change an enemy's creature's attack to this creature, and he's got Guard, which is like Defender. Hydro Spy. When he enters the battle zone, you may draw a card. There's 2 zones. There's the battle zone and the mana zone. Since any card can become mana, when you use them for mana, they go in the mana zone, which is below your shields. And when you use them for attacking, they go above your shields. Hydrobrock Crab. He's just a vanilla 4000. Ice Blade. It has an ability called Shield Blast. When you destroy a shield, the shield goes in your hand because the shields are cards. If a card has Shield Blast and it is drawn from a shield, you get to cast it for free. You return a creature that is level 4 or less from the battle zone to its owner's hand. Level is this. That is not just the mana cost, that is the level of the creature. So in this case, Ice Blade can target something that has a mana cost of 4, 3, 2, or 1. King Pontius. He cannot be blocked. And he has a 4000 power. Refi. He has blocker and guard as well, and he has a 3000 power. Spy Mission. A Shield Blast that lets you draw 2 cards. See, these are very basic. So, Teleport. Return target creature from the battle zone to its owner's hand and draw a card. See, very basic so far. As more sets come out, I'm sure it's going to get more complex. And now the Darkness cards. Bone Blades. Shield Blast. Switch target enemy creature. Oh, destroy target enemy creature that has 4 or less level. This deck has a lot of Shield Blasts in it. Brain Squirmer. 2000 power vanilla. Death Smoke. Banish target untapped enemy creature. Pretty self-explanatory there. Dream Pirate. It has blocker, and when it attacks, you banish it at the end of the attack. Fumes. When this creature enters the battlefield, each opponent chooses and discards a card. Very nice. Gigergon. Double Breaker. When you attack, you normally only target 1 shield. He can target 2. But you have to still destroy all 5 shields before you can target your opponent with an attack. So even if your opponent has only 1 shield left, you can only target the shield with the first attack. You cannot target the shield and then him. Grave Worm Hatchling. Vanilla 3000. Horrid Stinger. Each of your rotworms gets plus 2000 power. You'll know if it is a rotworm because it'll say so right underneath the card name. That is a rotworm, but it gives all other rotworms plus 2000 power. Well, if the deck ran more than one, it would give each other plus 2000 power. Skeeter Swarmer. Blocker, guard, and it gets destroyed whether it wins or loses a battle. That explains why it only costs 2. Skull Cutter. Slayer. When this creature loses a battle, banish the other creature. It's 1000 power too, so... Terror Pit. Shield Blast, banish an enemy creature. And Zagon the Bone Knight, who has Double Breaker. That is the first deck. We now go to the second deck, which is just as evil. Tetsurion. He has Double Breaker. And he can attack. What the heck does that say? He can attack tapped creatures as soon as he enters the battle zone. And he's got a 6000 power. Roaming Bloodmane. He's got Double Breaker as well and cannot be blocked by creatures that have less power than him. And he's got a 6000 power, so... Comet Missile is a shield blast that destroys an enemy that destroys a creature with blocker. Blaze Belcher. It must attack each turn if able. Kind of sucks, but what can you do? Another Comet Missile. Dragonite the Swiftest. He can attack the turn he enters the battle zone. 2,000 power. So he's essentially got haste. Flame Tropus. While you have no other creatures on the battle zone, so while he's alone and he normally has a 4,000 power, he gets powerful attack 4,000 and double breaker. So when he attacks, he becomes an 8,000 power creature. As long as there's nobody else on the field. Gatling Sky Terror, a vanilla 3K. Little Hissy. He can attack untapped creatures. Not many creatures can do that. Overcharge. Each of your creatures gets plus 1,000 power until the turn ends and can attack anybody. Pyro Trooper. That has powerful attack plus 2k and is normally a 3,000 power. Rock Bite. It has Shield Blast. Banish an enemy creature that has power 3k or less. Simian 2 Rooper Grash. A vanilla 4k creature. Tornado Flame. Shield Blast. Banish a creature with power 5,000 or less. And then the nature cards. Ambush Scorpion is a vanilla 2k. Brave Giant has Double Breaker and a 7,000 power. Bronze Arm Tribe has Harvest. When it enters the battle zone, you may put the top card of your deck into the mana zone. That could be a blessing and a curse, because you might end up putting something big into your discard. Essence Elf. Each of your other creatures gets plus 1,000 power. And since the deck runs 2, they can give each other plus 1,000 power. Raging Goliant. Each of your other Beastkin gets plus 2,000 power. Return to the Soil. It's a Shield Blast that you put a creature that is level 4 or less from the battle zone to the opponent's mana zone. Okay. Gives them more mana, but at the same time it gets rid of a problem. Root Trap has Shield Blast. Put an enemy creature from the battle zone into the opponent's mana zone. What's the difference? Oh, this one only targets level 4 or less. This targets anything. I was wondering what the difference was. Rumbling Pterosaur, vanilla 5k. Sprout. It's a Shield Blast that you put the top card of your deck into your mana zone. And that's that deck. So they're pretty even. One's about getting stuff out fast, the other one's about hitting hard. Still kind of getting stuff out fast. They both have shield breakers. They both have double breakers. They both have shield blast. One has Slayer. One has mana ramping up the butt. And I've got a camera that doesn't want to stay still. So that's it for now. Next time, hopefully I've got some more good stuff for ya. But I will definitely be showing off some more Kaijudo stuff when more Kaijudo stuff comes out. So, anyway, take care. Peace.